So this is the mill car park at Throop, which, as you can see, even at 8:45 in the morning is very busy. So you come out past this full bin through this little gate and just go along the road for about, I don't know, 50 yards, and there's a public footpath sign. There it is, and it takes you around the back of this disused mill, Parson's Mill. Footpath, and along to the the mill race, as was. Along this little bridge over the sluices. And this is the mill pond which you can fish. A couple of guys fishing here. It's supposed to contain carp and tench, so the guy was telling me. So you can pass the mill pond on the right and follow this little path round which takes you down to the top weir, which is the top of beat 2 on the Throop Fishery. You can see the weir over there. So this is the weir, little footpath across. Upstream is beat 1. This is the bottom of beat 1. It looks long, low and deep. And beat 2 seems to be the favoured stretch. Turn round and there you can see beat 2. Well, there you can see the weir. Concrete plinth here on the other side. Lots of streamer weed in the water at this point. It seems to have a very good flow. So I've just come down 100 yards or so, looking down the river. There's a peg here which is fished, and there's an owl box on a pole on the other side. There you can see the gravelly bottom, masses of streamer weed just out in the main flow. Obviously people fish from here. And there you can see the weir upstream. The cormorant circling overhead. There's a heron, big heron there in the reeds. So I'll just continue along this public footpath through this little gate. Just through the gate, the public footpath veers to the left, away from the river. And there's a little path goes down here on the right hand side, which brings you to a gate for anglers' access. You can see it here. All these gates are locked, so when you buy your day ticket you need to buy a key at the same time, which costs £2, which is returnable if you return the key, but you can hang on to the key for future occasions should you come down here to fish more than once. So I've just put the key in the lock. Hopefully it'll open it. So I've just come through that little gate into this rather deeper water without the streamy weed. There's a couple of guys fishing here. Very, very peaceful place. So just continue along this little path along the riverside. There's anglers all the way down here. Obviously a popular place.
Hello, mate.
Smile. See there, the water is quite shallow right across, although it's deep on the far side.
Yeah, yeah.
There's somebody's garden over there, very posh. See, the footpath is nicely trimmed, so it makes walking down here very easy. Opposite a nice garden is a little platform with a bench on for fishing, and similarly next door. So I've just come down another 50 yards or so on this long, deep, slow moving stretch. Lots of pegs down here. Seems very popular, but it's a fair walk if you're carrying a load of gear. This is Chris Alcock, who's the fishery manager. Just asked for my ticket, which is a good thing. Just trotting a float down here with sweet corn on. It's a lovely, peaceful place. Very quiet. So the river at this point swings round to the right. It's very slow moving, it's very deep. Very little streamer weed, which is nice. So down at the bottom of that very long stretch, you come into this avenue of trees here, where there doesn't seem to be any access to the river for a few yards. But then they have these little bridges across various side streams which come in. Obviously quite new. Back out into the open. And at the end of the long steep stretch which only has one angle on it on the opposite bank. There's a little fall here, probably built to improve the oxygenation of the water, and the water speeds up. You can see the downstream side of this little fall. So below the pool the water is a little more streamy, and you can see rushes sticking out of the water there. So it's probably quite snaggy this little bit, except on the far side, which is a bit faster flowing. It's under this wire which goes across. Nobody seems to fish this stretch. There's no pegs on this side, and there doesn't seem to be much evidence, or there doesn't seem to be any evidence of fishing on the far bank either. So this is Peter from Sunderland, who I met in a pub in the middle of nowhere. And we're down now at the school bridge, which is the... and you have to go upstream, up this little ditch, and you come to this little bridge, and you cross this little bridge, and it takes you out. And up onto the road, up this little set of steps. And there you can see the little sign at this point. Ringwood and District Angling Association, Throop Fisheries. The steps. And onto this, what is a private road. It used to be a big school up here. In fact, it belonged to the Duke of Marlborough or Earl of Marlborough, somebody many years ago, became a school and is now posh flats. And obviously this road has recently been done. And you can see up the drive to the gate where you park your car. So this is the road up from the school bridge. It's not very far. Just past 4 anglers on their way down. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. This is the little car park by the road, the top end of the school bridge road. You just park in the verge. And this is the gate through. Electric gates there for residents. But if you're a fisherman, here's the little gate. It's locked. You need a key. And there's the road down to the school bridge. Little sign there giving you some good advice, and that's the time that you have to be off. By 10 o'clock I would imagine it's quite dark. So this is Peter with a lovely roach. There's quite a few, there's another one just jumped up there.
Loads of them.
Eh?
There's loads of them.
So the school bridge is there, and I'm just coming back up the right bank to the car, which must be about a mile. So on the left bank, just coming upstream, a couple of swans there. There's a sparrowhawk behind me just feeding its young on the wire. Unfortunately they've just flown away. just coming to this bend where, coming upstream, it bears round to the left, and on the inside here is a very shallow area. Just come upstream, there's Chris sitting with a friend, the fishery manager. A trail of ducks just disappeared off the bank. And just come up, gardens there. Very, very nice opening that, I would think. Anyway.
Yeah.
This is Gary, who's been a great help to me. Thank you very much.
Pleased to meet you.
These gardens, that's about as far as you can go on the right bank. So you have to go round this field and make your way back up onto the road. And then you go down the road a little while and you can get access to the bank further upstream. So the river is there just by that line of trees. You just turn around. And there's a little gate through there onto the road. So came up through that little gate, just come up past this very nice property, and just on the left hand side here, this little lane goes down. There's a little sign here, it's a bit the worse for wear, but come down this little lane. There's only one peg down here between the houses.
Yeah.
And this gentleman here tells me it's called Pig Chute. Low, deep. Now you can see the garden above this little peg, which I'm going to have to go back up onto the road and then work my way around it. But very, very nice, very peaceful. Oh, come back up onto the road, make my way around this other property. I've come a couple of 100 yards along the road and I'm back at the mill.